Hi guys, it's Hazel and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. I this video is following on the heels of the one I just did on Dangles. And it occurred to me after I looked at the finished product that I hadn't gone as small as I originally intended to. So I dug into the drawer where I keep a lot of, where I keep tags. And because I had organized them, well, who knows, weeks, months ago, I was actually able to find several more. Now, just because I haven't gone anywhere with them yet, this is sort of the size. Okay, maybe that's one of the biggest. This is one of the smallest that I created in the last video. So I wanted to go smaller. So I just grabbed an assortment of stuff. So these are little string tags. I think they're typically sold as jewelry price tags. Of course, we save the string. So I'll cut a few of these strings off. I also found some colored ones, both like in that size. Those are probably, well, not counting the little tab at the top, they are 1 inch in size. These are just very lightweight. They obviously came with some ancient scrapbooking kit, you know, back in the day when things were pretty plain Jane. I also brought one of these key tag type things because, you know, if the silver worked for a person or you know, if you changed, like, aged the look of that, this could also work, and it's fairly small. And I have several of this size, so this would be, not counting the bump, about 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. Now this one is plain. Most of them I label on both sides because, you know, inevitably the side with the description would be turned away from you because Murphy is alive and well and living in craft rooms everywhere. So and this is going, I mean, truly, this is going to be much quicker than the last one I did. Let's put those strings out of reach, out of sight. I also found one this size, and anything else that I thought might, see, this is almost veering towards periwinkle, but anything else that I found that I thought might work in the journals, I put aside at my other table to work on later. And then I remembered that, probably 2 or 3 years ago, I bought a digital from somebody that included these little mini things. And if you can see something like this, well, if I can pick it up, you can, oh, look at all this glue here. You can, oh, that's from pressing things down. Anyway, you can, if I could pick it up, you will see that there's that dreaded green line there. And that's what tells you that one of your print head nozzles is plugged. So I just basically cut a bunch of these apart. So you can see they range from about that size to that size to that size. And in fact, there are even these guys. So obviously they're too tiny to really do they're too tiny to waste time sorting. There are also, also these florals that I did not cut apart yet, but you can see that some of these would definitely work in the blush journal. So, oh, and I also brought my washi tape that I had sort of pre-selected. I don't know, well, this one has text on it, so it would be unreadable, but Let's just bring in all the narrowest ones. And we'll put that aside. Oh, the other thing I forgot to show you in the last video, turns out I had maybe better bases to work with, but I also have these strips nearby, and this is just a fraction of them, if in case we needed some, you know, vintagey looking stuff. So let's get to it. Maybe let's separate these by color families. And that way, if I'm laying things out, I don't know, this is almost verging on like a vitamin C orange or something, so we'll see if that works. And then these pink ones. Now, we're not going to do all of these. And you know, I said that last time too. And we're going to set aside the purple ones, because unless I have something very teeny weeny here, this is going to be very quick and easy. So maybe, even though I spread these out, maybe I can just quickly do something with that one. I think I'm going to just take some of this lace, and this is, you know, nothing special. It's just that elasticized stuff. I don't know. It has a bit of a tear in it. I want to rough it up a bit. Let's glue that down and that down. Oh, you know what would have been a good idea, but of course I didn't think of that. I'm going to pre-cut a bunch of these, because how else do you use them up if not by using them up? Oh, there's that. Maybe there's a purple flower on here. I could, well, maybe that morning glory. Wonder if I can tear, probably. Oh, maybe not. Everybody, a car for you, and you got a car, and you got a car, and you got a car. Let's just rough these up a bit. And, you know, whoa, even though this may look like assembly line construction, and goodness knows that rubs me the wrong way, and is the antithesis of what I would stand, what I think I am, or what I stand for. I did go on too long in the last one. So I'm going to be a little more regimented in how I do this. Now, these are getting too narrow. Is this an elastic one as well? Yes, it is. So I could change it up slightly. And this time I'm basically using the perimeter off the tag as my size constraint. You know, I was, when I was first introduced to, when I first fell down the rabbit hole and couldn't get enough of watching videos, and of course, you know how search engines work, you don't necessarily find people who are doing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't necessarily find people doing unique and innovative stuff, you find people with with the most subscribers and the highest scoring algorithms. And again, that's not criticism. That's a statement of reality. And I don't want to imply any criticism of Andrea at Artie Mays, because I think she does beautiful work. I know that when I've commented on some of her videos in the past, I would call her the queen of gesso, because if she doesn't love to use gesso, I don't know who does. Anyway, when she does things like this, she calls them dinkies. And that, of course, amuses me, because I have kind of a, oh, it's going to be harder probably to do these guys, because I don't really have any washi pulled that's that size. So maybe what I'll do first, should have done that before that, is I will add, and notice I'm not even taking the time to add glue to this. And if I have to trim a bit, I will. This is such pretty tape. I mean, it's so narrow you probably can't see it, but let's step away from the edge. Oh, that's crooked. Maybe let's try it on here as well. Typically, I don't really like things that are askew. And to be honest, well, I guess since that thing is there, I should probably use it. Well, let's see what this one's like. It's pretty subtle. So it should go with any of these. Oh, anyway, I started to say that, I might just want to trim that little knobby thing off at the top. But I guess that would be kind of pointless. I can use it to put my bulb pin through. Okay, everybody got some washi. Do I want... Maybe that's not. Now I have this. Let's find a tiny piece. This is very open stuff, so this might have been bandage gauze and not cheesecloth. My hands are kind of chapped, so every little fiber sticks to them. Should have put some hand lotion on. One time I think I ended up going to, I guess there was a problem with my ankle or something. Anyway, I had to go for x-rays. And it was kind of one of those, unplanned for things. You go to a doctor, you get a requisition, you head right over, and, hopefully don't spend too much time waiting, but you get in and get her done. Anyway, I have to lie on that table. And so, of course, I got a gown on and make me do all these. I don't know where the problem was. But anyway, for some reason, I had to take my socks off, too. So that's okay. And so the woman is, maybe in her 50s. That's doing this x-ray tech is in her 50s, perhaps. And so, they will never tell you anything because that's not their role. They're not the radiologist. They shouldn't. They can't and they shouldn't give you any hint as to, you know, if they see some anomaly there. Anyway, so we're all done and I'm getting off the table, and I said to her, okay, so what's the diagnosis? This woman sorely needs a pedicure. And of course she bursts out laughing. She says, you think those feet are bad? You should. Anyway, because of course, you know, it's that whole, those dry heels that we all get. I have to say, and I don't know obviously where you're watching this or what's available in your country, but, or your area, but I have to say that the O'Keeffe's working hands and healthy feet, can't, not salve really, but whatever, balm. No, that seems too big. Find a small one. Is definitely a thick formulation and does do its trick. But, you know, sometimes you have to leave your crafting room before midnight to do a little bit of that self-care. You can't just work, which is the right side here. You can't just work, fall into bed, and then realize, oh yeah, I intended to use one of the facial masks that I have. Let's hope those things don't have an expiry date on them. Anyway, okay. I think I will try to make this work with our glitter glue. So, I'm just gonna, like a machine, glue these wispy little fibers down. And again, we're talking such small square footage here that positioning is not that, you know, not that critical a deal, because it's going to, you know, no matter what you put on there, it pretty well covers the whole surface. One thing, you know, it's no wonder I'm drowning in book pages. Even beautiful, beautiful rag paper or vintage or, you know, soft and buttery. Because I don't use enough book page in my day-to-day crafting. So clearly, that has to change. Should bring in this thingamajig. This thingamajig is a bone folder if you're brand new. Oh, and by the way, if you're brand new, welcome. I've been told by people in the comments that I'm a good teacher. So, you know, if you want somebody who's going to, you know, has a way of explaining stuff kind of clearly and with some self-deprecating humor, then maybe you're in the right spot. At least I hope you're in the right spot. And I do invite you to subscribe if you want to see what's what. And I will reassure you that not all of my videos are over an hour long. I will warn you, though, that sometimes my goodbyes are very long and drawn out. I am, now I obviously don't know when you're seeing this, but I was probably out of frame there. Sorry. These little guys are on the move. They just keep getting closer and closer to me. I swiped, with permission, Kim Newberg's hashtag, Follow Up Friday. So that is sort of going to be my intention to dedicate Friday videos, I mean, not every week, clearly, but often, to showing you what has happened since, you know, since a video you may have seen. Because, and Carol, I guess is almost dropping the gauntlet to Moby, and kind of suggesting that perhaps I could learn to do some elementary editing. Now even these little guys seem too big now. Anyway, I was going to start with my usual disclaimer about with my iPhone, I can't pause it. I don't know how to edit. I would rather make videos that are less polished and less show busy, and just do more videos, more crafting, more actual doing. So that's my usual thing. However, I guess I will try to learn and try some of that, like I say, very rudimentary stuff, just because I do love to learn, even though sometimes it might not be apparent. This little guy does not want to slide down there. Oh, I see I have some of this. Ay, ay, ay. Fingers are sticky. You know, everything is sticking but what this little crummy piece of lace that is fighting me. Okay. I could maybe stop fighting. Well, let's glue a couple more of these little guys down. Maybe if I put it on here, it would be more likely to stick. Maybe I just wasn't putting enough glue to begin with. Oh, little dummy is lifting. You know, if you weren't here, I might have said something else. Okay, even though I cut a bunch of these up, let's just throw them aside for the time being, and maybe I'll switch to this more netting type thing. And this will also, well, I guess that did too, will also serve to lighten and brighten this up a bit. Now, maybe I won't bother trying to make something holy, Holey, lie down with glue, or stay put with glue, but I will figure out what my top element is going to be and let that hold it down. Okay, I had one of those little punch out, oh, this guy here. Sometimes you just have to lick your finger to pick those guys up. That's not bad, but maybe I want his wings are caught in the, yeah, maybe I need to use the white side. But I probably don't have any others. Oh, that's not bad. Here's some sort of a little tiny thing. Basically a little bud of some sort. Okay. I'll get all of the focals on there. This is too big, I would say. Oh, not bad. Maybe if I use these up. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, where is your gauze, pray tell? Their size is too big. I could put a little clock face. Clock face. How about if we find where the 12 is? Like so. That's cute. And I mean, these are gonna be so sweet. Okay, let's look at some of these other ones. Maybe I can find something pinky or beigey here. Oh, they're small. I have to say, I very much like the idea of this kit, but I was, just between you and me and the fence post, I was a little bit disappointed in the kit. And maybe I just didn't know what I was doing, but anyway, I think that might have been the, whoa, where'd that fly? That might have been the very first kit that I ever bought that was a, that came as a PDF. So that was not a favorite aspect to me. Oh, that is glued down already, so I better. Okay, so I need something there. I put that one on upside down. Okay, so I need one more. This is two separate things that I didn't cut apart. So let's grab the right scissors. Or maybe it wasn't supposed to be two, but I made it two. Okay. Let's give her. Okay, which way is up here? Boy. And we thought that the font on medicine bottles was tiny. I remember being in a drugstore and being kind of impressed. This is not really working so well. It's a little too rough for a good grab. Being kind of impressed when I saw a magnifying glass, you know, hanging from a chain at the end of one of the aisles. So if you couldn't see what the heck was, what it was saying on the side of the bottle or the box, you could take it over to the magnifying glass and get a feel for what you were considering buying. I should have a weight to put on these. Oh, and another thing I found after it's been around all along, are these Nuvo drops in, okay, this one is considered or called vintage drops. Did they give me a color name here? Speaking of a font you can't read. Between the glare. So I might just, if I get these down quickly enough, if I get these down quickly enough, let's see if this little butterfly can hold that mesh down, or that gauzy stuff down. I'll try adding a few of those drops. I don't know how well it will work, to be honest, with an audience. Poised. Boy, this tip needs cleaning again. But I guess that's an indication that I've really been working my fingers to the bone. I was going to say my butt off, but you know, maybe that's not a visual you want. Do I not have any? I guess I've got the pinkish gauzy stuff on there. So let's, oh, and the other thing I still didn't bring in, but could have, and maybe still will, for the follow-up Friday, are some gems. So I think as you are watching this, you're probably, I hope that you're thinking, oh, I have that, or I have something similar to that. She looks like she's having fun. She looks like she's addicted. I'm going to see if hey, let me put it this way. Making these little dangles is a gateway drug to collage on a large scale. So prepare to be hooked. Two more. Oh, and then some Nouveau drops. I don't know if this little bud is going to carry the day, but we'll give it a try. And if it doesn't, it maybe gets more drops than the next guy would have. Okay, whoopsie. Okay, let's throw down some glue on this one. And again, you know, just because it's, just because it's tiny, now I will have lost where the 12 was. Just because it's tiny doesn't mean that you can forget everything you ever knew about layout and focal points and all that jazz. You still want it to, you know, be aesthetically pleasing. You want it to be somewhat balanced. Okay, let's cover up this glue bottle. And no, I don't, what does it say here? Test before use, full effect after 48 hours, actual adult craft item, keep away from children. Okay, so no instructions whatsoever. So let us see what happens. Should I do this on a scrap piece of paper first to perfect my technique? So you can see it's got that tiny little point there. Now I think you're supposed to just, now that looks, I don't want to say like a poop emoji, but let's hope that that flattens out, because if it doesn't, that little thing is going to look kind of dumb. Can I flatten this guy down a bit? Of course, the more I work it, the bigger it becomes. Looks like the others are relatively flat, so I'm just going to take a chance. And where do I want to do it? Oh, let's make it big. That's kind of disproportionate. Now, you know what the problem is going to be. Keeping myself and other objects away from this, out of this, until it dries. I don't think that going in back repeatedly like I'm doing is the right technique. So don't, whatever you do, don't do that. I'm probably going to have to, let's see if I can flatten this guy down a bit. I guess the thing I'm counting on is this going to be so small, maybe no one will see. And if necessary, if it really is awful, I can cover it with something else. Adding 3 seems more like, but those are so big, I dare not. Do I have a Kleenex on me? Maybe wiping the tip periodically is also a good strategy. Let's just do one right there. Oh, could we make his body? Oh, see, there's nothing that says it has to be a drop. I can, oh, brother. Okay, let's fill this center here. Hey, this could be my new favorite thing. Let's give this flower a center. And this is our last one. Maybe I could do, let's wipe the tip again. How about 4 little, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a little contrived for me, so what should I do? Well, I guess it has to be. Okay, let me check the time. And, oh, 36 minutes, so that's not too bad. Much better well, okay, so clearly you can see them. Oh, you know what? I should add, because that almost blends into that. You don't even know what's going on here. So why don't I add a little drop there, and a little drop there, and a little drop there, there, there. Now at least it's the dreaded spotted butterfly. Okay. Where do I put these so they don't get wrecked? Okay, I'm going to put these on this little box. Oh, did you hear that? That was my shoulder cracking. Ah, damn it. Well, let's put it up here so I don't have to touch it again. See how I flattened that first guy out? And of course, I thought I was very restrained and grown up when I bought this stuff. I have black, I have this, and I have teal. I don't even know if I've used the others. So I guess I could have used black for a little definition, although that might have been a bit harsh. Okay, so let's move this away. And do we do one of these? It's pretty white. Maybe this. I thought I had a tiny piece of this. I could add that. I could add that. You know what? Let me first. Where's my brown? Is this brown? No, it isn't. But maybe that could work. What is that? Oh, you know what? That might be. Well, let's try it. That's not a bad color. I bet you that's Rusty Hinge. Okay. We glue that down. And, oh, everything sticks. And, do we want, well, what would happen if we used it? That's probably, I don't know if that's good enough. These other guys might be too big, although there's a purple rose here. I probably shouldn't do that because, unless I can quickly find something here. Because that seems kind of random. How about a bit of text? Okay. We're going to put glue on this whole darn thing. I didn't do a very good job of cutting this. Watch me take the time to do this and then find that the glue all dries up. Okay. Oh, sorry, my hand is in the way. Oh, I don't like things at an angle. I don't think I saved anything by doing that. Okay, so I have that. Now I better reapply the glue because clearly I smudged most of it. Let's do this like so. Do I have a fiber or something? Did I use up all the white? No, I didn't. Let's use a bit of this. Oh, that's going to be pretty light, all right. And then that. Sure. Why not? And then pick this up with your wet finger. Drop it. Pick it up again. Lay this down. Lay this down. And call it done. Now, of course, if this is too tiny to carry the day, when you actually when you actually are ready to use it, it could also be layered on top of you know, something bigger, and then it feels more, you know, it's just another cute little, probably at that point, a cute little focal point. This ends up being relatively thick. I mean, you know, considering its size. Whoopsie. Oh, it keeps, you know what? If my fingers weren't so gluey, I got a big blob on top here. I could put a clamp on it, I guess, but or I could even use baby wipes to clean my hands occasionally. This thing is going to be saturated with glue. Now let's put it on here. And this time we're going to use this. And of course, I've got a whole glue blob on top. Thank goodness nobody's eyesight is good enough to see that. This clamp is bigger than this whole tag. Let's do that. Okay, well, you've already seen those. I dare not move them. So I'm going to stop there again. I'll probably keep on working by myself, but I hope that you enjoyed seeing how tiny a person can go and also seeing a few more options for decorating. So itty bitsy pieces of, you know, your less desirable ribbon, or not ribbon, lace. Nouveau drops if you have them. What else? Bits of, I mean, oh, I could have used some of these fibers too. Make one of those little tangled thread things. Maybe I can, but that's not the good color. Maybe I'll do this one. Anyway, I was saying also that you could, what was I saying? Oh, washi tape and kind of lost my train of thought there. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. So this is a little bit like those threaded, those little messy, thready things that we sometimes use with salvaged pieces of fibers. Maybe I can use a wider washi on this one. That might be cute. Anyway, I'm going to let you go on the very first goodbye. So thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.